Hello, everybody. Welcome to my show where we talk about how to earn money while transforming life. Yes, I'm talking about coaching. And today, my special guest is Anangsha Alammyan, who is a three times published author, top writer on Medium and Quora, and she's an amazing writing coach. The reason to bring her here is that she provided tons and tons of free value over the years, like say 7, 8 years, she kept writing for free on Quora and on LinkedIn. And just a few days back, she launched her first paid course, and within 3 days it was 50% sold out, which is incredible because she didn't buy any ads, she did only email marketing. So I really want to take her brain into it, that how exactly she attracted a lot of crowd inside her first training program while others mostly failed. So let's get started. Hey Anansha, what's up?
Hi, Samitha. Thank you for having me on this show.
Yeah, thank you so much. And it's my pleasure that you are my first guest in this show. And thank you for appearing in the holiday season.
No worries. Happy to be here.
Yeah. So, the main reason to ask you for this interview is that there's so many people out there who struggle their way to the top, and they want to educate others as well so that they could cut their learning and experimental curve. But even though the content inside the program, their training program is so useful, they're not able to pull it off. They're not able to get students inside their ecosystem. Their trainings fail most of the time. But
Okay.
in your case, you just launched a training program, and I think this is for the first time you did something like that. And within
Yeah,
three
this
days,
was the first.
yeah, so in within 3 days, you were 50% sold out, and you didn't use any paid marketing ads and all. So I want to know from you, like, what is that you did different, which added to the success of the program, which you did for the first time, and how can other coaches can model the same?
Okay. So, this is, I think this is true for every person out there, not just if they're releasing a course, but whenever someone is releasing something, it always helps if you have some background, right? Some credibility. So that people who are going to potentially be your buyers, potentially be your clients or your customers, they have already heard of you somewhere. So even if I do paid marketing, if no one knows about me, there is no point. Like, why would people even buy my course, right? But because I have been online for so long, I have built a presence online. I have built a personal brand, that I am a writer, that I help people write. So maybe that was one reason that the course was, course attracted customers. Another reason could be that, because I have faced this myself, like whenever you do a product launch or any course launch, when you are the creator, if you are not excited about your own product, then it's very hard to get people excited in it. And when you are really excited, if you truly believe in it, then it will show in the way you market. It will show in the way you write your posts, in your emails. I wouldn't say I did everything perfectly, because there is still so much to learn, but I tried my best to sound enthusiastic and to help people understand that, yeah, this is something I am excited about. So I can definitely help them with it, because I am going to give my best. So if you put that image forward, that positivity, that positive energy, then I think it's easy for people to resonate with your message, because marketing is all about making people feel relatable, right? So that they can feel, yeah, this is something I want for myself. And for that, if you are very excited about your product, if you have that positive energy, then I think it will show in the way people respond to your launch.
Right. So here, like, two things you said, that one is the personal brand, and second is that you should have the confidence in your product that it can really bring results to my customers, right?
Exactly. If you believe that your product will change lives, then people are also going to believe the same. So it's going to be
Mhm.
very easy to put your message across.
Right, right. So there's so many people, like, when they do something for the first time, they launch the course, they have no results. They feel like I don't know, maybe this will work or this will not work. And with that doubt, when they do marketing, people sense it like just like this, right? Mm.
That is very true. Yeah. Like I have also done the same. Like I didn't launch a product, a course before, but I have launched other things where I was also not sure if this is going to work or not. And when, as a creator, when you are in that 50-50 mindset, right? I don't know if it will work. Hopefully it does. What will people think? If you have all these questions in your head, then there is a very high chance that it won't work. But if you really, really believe in it, then I think it will. It will translate in your actions as well, and it will translate in the way you talk about it. So I think that mindset definitely helps.
Right, right, right. And the thing about personal brand, if somebody has been all the time in their work or they kept building their business, they didn't take out time to build their personal brand, but they have all the knowledge and the experience. Now, to launch their program, obviously people won't get attracted to so easily because they don't know who this person is. So, how long do you suggest will take that person to go to a level in personal branding so that people can trust?
Okay, so if that person is already has experience, and if they already have done something that that has given them, obviously if somebody is building a course, they must know something about it, right? So they must have either learned it from experience or from a book or like whatever other resource. So they can use all those things. Like even if someone who has never been active on any social media platform, but they will have something, like they'll have newspaper clippings maybe of their achievements, or maybe they will have like certificates, medals, awards. So they can just show them. See, credibility is built by two ways. One is by just speaking, just putting yourself out there and speaking your mind, and being a thought leader on social media platforms. But this is not a one day thing. It takes time. It will obviously take you years, like at least 1 year, to build a credible personal brand. But aside from that, if you have actually done something, like if you have published books, or if you have taken offline courses, or done other things that has given you some form of recognition, so that is something that they can use to build up their credibility. Like even if they've never built even if they've never set up a LinkedIn profile or a Facebook profile, they can just start one and then list their things. So that I worked in suppose someone is building a marketing course, so they can say that I worked in this company for 4 years and I helped this company grow from this to this, obviously with consent from the company as well.
Mm-hmm.
uh, then they can, like, because people are attracted to stories, right? So if they tell their story that I started from this, I brought this company from zero to like 100 new users in 1 month, then people will think that, yeah, so this person has achieved something. It's not just words, it's not just them talking about themselves, they're also showing results. So this is something that will definitely help. Another thing that will help is, like, if someone is completely new and has zero social media presence, one very cool way to do branding is to have a really professional landing page, a really professional looking website, very nicely made thumbnails, images, or whatever. So, anyone who, even if they haven't heard of you before, if they see how well you have designed your page, it always adds that level of trust in the person's mind, right? If they can see you, if they can see a nice landing page, and suppose they just see your name and they see your nice professional looking picture with a confident smile. These are all small psychological triggers that help people make the decision to click the buy button, right? So if they see, and most people always cross check. So, just having a landing page won't help. They will see your name, they'll Google you, of course, and then your social media will come up. So even if your social media is new, but if you have filled it with other previous experiences, your awards or newspaper mentions or whatever, then people will be like, yeah, so this person has done something good. So even if they are completely new on the internet, it will help them draw that credibility. Aside from that, if you're saying complete beginner, obviously a complete beginner cannot start a course, right? They need to have some form of experience. So whatever experience they have, they just need to showcase that, even if they haven't spent years in building a personal brand. If they can showcase that and trigger that level of trust in the reader, in the potential customer, then it will definitely help.
Yeah, that's a so beautiful answer. If somebody has done something great with their life, they should showcase it, because credibility can be made by professional looking photos. The credibility factors could be their achievements, their certificates, or not even the certification, but something tangible that they have done in their life, which they can promise in their course, right?
Exactly.
So here my second question comes, that there's so many people which say that there's so much knowledge already available on the internet for free. So it's an information age. You type something and you get all the answers that you want. But still, why people, like, why do these paid trainings exist? People say that if there's so much free stuff online, one can educate themselves through that only. Why attend a paid training which won't have a silver bullet, obviously? They will also teach something that's already available on the internet. Yeah, so
Okay.
what's your take?
Yeah. So the thing is, see, I also am very interested in learning about Web3 and all the opportunities it brings. I'm interested in learning about, selling your intellectual property. But there is so much out there. There is so much information. There are so many podcasts, so many YouTube channels, so many websites out there. But I started researching one day and I stopped. I'm pretty sure many people also face this thing. Like if they want to learn about something, they have that full on motivation in the beginning. And then after 1 or 2 days, that motivation drops and they are like, who will do so much research? And they just stop doing it. But when you are doing a course, it is always in a structure, right? First of all, it will be in a like, it will start at the beginning at the basics and then it will move on, progressing towards the higher levels. That is one part. Another part is if you are a part of a course, you are going to get some lifelong material, right? Either you're going to get videos or maybe some resources that are going to be a part of the course. So when suppose you forgot also, like even if you forgot what you learned during the course, most courses provide a way for you to go back and recollect that and gain that motivation back. So suppose you took a course on something and then you forgot about it. Later on, when you feel you want to learn about the topic again, you can always go back to those days. You can go back to the notes that you made. Uh, you can read it again and it will give you that spark of motivation. But when you're doing alone, it's very hard to do it, right? It's like, I learned so much, now I forgot. Again, I have to Google it. It is very hard. So that is one aspect that
Yeah.
these paid trainings can bring. Another very cool thing that today's the world, the internet of today has made it possible is that many of these paid trainings or many of these courses, they come with the option of having your own community. So
Right.
community as in the people who have taken the course. So mostly
Mm.
these are people who are in the same level of the journey as you are. So if you can stay in that community, if you can make even 1 or 2 connections who will be, who you can be mutually helpful to each other in the future, then it is like a very long, it's a very long term reward, right? It can keep giving you returns in the long term as well. And another thing that it is good with courses is that the person who is taking the course mostly has some experience, and most courses have the option of you asking some questions directly to them. So it can be like a guidance, it can be like a structured way of learning, it can be a way of forming your community, of doing some branding within the community. So there are several benefits of having a course, because if everyone in the world utilize all the free stuff on the internet, then I don't think anyone would be asking any questions like how do I go ahead in my career or stuff like that, because there is free stuff for everything, but there is very less motivation to actually go through all that and form something, learn something by yourself. It is a very
That's
sad
true.
reality of today's
Hmm.
world.
Yeah. People say that it's the information age, but it's more of an overload age. Information overload is happening everywhere. Courses kind of put a structure to it, organize it for you, so you don't have to do that struggle and you can just move forward in a much faster way. So that's definitely a good answer. Uh, like once you have created the course, Now, some people lack motivation to even complete a structured course as well. Like if you take the industry average, it's around 5% completion rate. People don't complete the training, don't complete the course. If they don't complete it, then they won't apply it. If they don't apply it, the results won't come. And if the results won't come, the whole purpose of creating that training fails, right? So, how would someone make sure that people do complete the training and apply the learnings?
Right. So when you are a course, when you are a teacher, you cannot ensure, when you are a course creator, you cannot ensure that the people will apply the learnings, right? What that is not in your hands, because so many things are out of your control. But what is in your hands is that if someone wants to apply these lessons and make their life better, then you should empower them. So you cannot make sure that all the 100% people who took your course complete it and apply it. You can't expect that. You cannot, there is no way a course creator can do that. But what you can do is there would be a few people who actually want to learn. So make it as easy for them as possible. And aside from that, maybe you can keep up some fun activities like, I don't know, like shout outs maybe, or some other games, online games that will keep up the engagement high and make sure that people attend all the classes. So these are all like parts of the process. I am also still learning. I only took like one course so far, but I think with time and experience, this I'll have a different answer to this question. Right now, I have an answer that this is not completely in your hands. That you can make sure that people take value from your course, because like even if when I was teaching in a college, I could only teach, where I could not make sure that the students cared about my subject or they studied well for the exams. That is never in the hands of the teacher. What the teacher can do is just do their best job and make sure that they are providing as much value as they can.
Right, right, right. So definitely, it's very difficult to keep a check on whether they are doing or not. That's where you need these kind of people inside your community who are really, passionate about completing the task, what they're learning, they have to apply it. I think that's where pricing also comes in. That if you price your course very low, a lot of wrong people come inside who are not even motivated to do it. And then they make your community like they dirty your community. But once the price is high, people are really committed towards, okay, I really want to apply this. They're really serious about it. And the community then that forms is more high value, high quality. The connections you build there are also very high quality. So I think pricing can at some level ensure that, but definitely there's no foolproof answer to it. Um, so now, as we are seeing that because of internet is penetrating everywhere in India, so a lot of people are opting for online courses rather than traditional college system. So, like, what's your take that this online coaching at what level does it, go? Does it provide results than the traditional college system? And if one has two options to go the traditional way or to take a bunch of short online courses, which one would you select?
See, I would never tell anyone to not go to college, because you know college, aside from the learnings, it teaches you other things as well, like some managerial uh, qualities that you can learn from being part of a team, or it can help you how to deal with elders, how to deal with peers. In a course, it is mostly the whole content is up to the creator, right? So see, I know I also have learned much more from online courses than I have learned from college. But I know there would be people who also can say the opposite, that they learn nothing from online courses and they learn everything from college. So I don't think there would be a full-fledged answer to this, that, don't go to college, only do online courses. But it is up to you. If the person, if whoever is taking the course, the person who wants to learn, if they can have the patience and the perseverance to sit at home and learn from courses and really apply whatever they learn, then definitely it's a good choice for them. But I wouldn't say that every person cannot be expected to behave in the same way, right? There would be many people who might find online courses hard, but it is again like it's up to the person who consumes. And I wouldn't say that college is a waste, because many people say that college is a waste of
Right.
time. Uh, Even though I don't use the degree that I got in college, in both my colleges, I still think college was a very valuable part of my journey, because first of all, it gave me friends. Secondly, it taught me some skills, like talking to people skills and research skills, even writing skills, which you can learn when you're in an institute, when you have to submit a paper overnight. You learn writing, technical writing skills, and you learn how to back your stuff with research. So all these things, they help me in my writer's journey. So I wouldn't say that college or no college, I wouldn't go into that debate. But I think the answer can be very personal for every person who is watching this video or hearing this podcast.
Nice, nice. Yeah, because there's so many people getting into the debate that education system is shit. We should do more of online courses. YouTube is there. Even when Teachers Day come, people are more like not celebrating teachers of college, but more of the online teachers. Like many people say, Happy Teachers Day, YouTube. So people are more towards, keep we get more. Result oriented skills from online, but I think definitely that traditional college system, it teaches you a lot aside from what is given to the results, like managerial skills, as you said, the people skill. A lot of people are shy before they go to college and they come out as extroverts. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely that's a really important part. Now according to you, like what role does a community has in a success of student? Like every online course comes with a community that you will become a part of our private community. What role does that play inside for a student success, basically?
So this can function like, this answer has two parts. The answer to this question has two parts. The first part is that when you are part of a community, you get that support system, right? You hear other people's questions, and then you realize that, oh, even I had that question, but I never thought of asking it. So that your questions get answered. Aside from that, because these people are in the same level of your journey, you can also be each other's uh, support system. Like, suppose it's a community of, say it's a community of writers, for example. So, if somebody writes a book, the other members in the community can buy the book. And when someone else writes it, they can also buy it. So it's like, when someone buys the book, they will write a review, they will share a shout out on social media. So it's like mutually helping each other grow, right? So
Right.
again, it's not like, this is not, it won't magically happen. It depends on each member of the community. If they are interested in being active contributors, if they are interested in, cultivating these relationships further, then a community can be very powerful, because you can get feedback from the community, you can get support, you can get all your questions answered, and you can feel like you're not the only one who has these struggles. There are so many people who resonate, who also feel the same as you. So I think that is why a community is very important. And in the beginning of your journey, if you get one, if you get a community of like-minded people, this can be the support, and the whole ecosystem can be amazing. It can help you grow much faster, because I am also a part of a several writers community, especially I had them before, like even 1 year before, when I was starting on Medium, around that time. So when you are a part of a community, you get like, you learn so much, right? If one person learns a lesson, they can share it with you, and even though you never face that, you learn that lesson. So in the future, if you have a situation like that, then you can overcome that hurdle. So your journey as a whole becomes easier, but you have to put in effort yourself. This is not the community, the other members, or anyone. You have to put in effort to actually stay in touch and actually learn. what the other people are learning. And you also have to ask better questions so that people are interested in talking to you more. Like if you're making a conversation with someone, if you ask like boring questions, then nobody will be like, who wants to be friends with this person? But if you ask interesting questions, if you ask them to share their insights, then mostly people would want to be your friend and be your networking buddy or whatever. So yeah, I would say that community is very important in your journey, especially when you're starting out. And it is up to you, like how strong you want those bonds to be.
Right, right. I think this community portion is because college system is so powerful because you are learning together in a huge class. You have so many people who are on the same journey, and you can learn from each other a lot. So online communities are like trying to replicate that behavior, but I don't think the physical physical community is, but definitely for networking, for a lot of people. So this is the last question. Just want to hear your perspective. What role does email marketing play in the success of a program, success of a training, success of any training, success of any product launch? Because so many people go behind social media and so many people go behind paying ads, but it's not a sustainable thing, right? So, what's your take about email marketing?
I think email marketing is one of the most powerful tools any creator can have. And this is because it takes a lot to get subscribers. It is very easy for people to follow you on social media. It's just like if they like your post, they'll follow you. That's it. But to become an email subscriber, someone has to click on some link. They have to type their name, type their email address. So it takes a lot of effort, and very few people actually go into that lot of effort to become a part of your email list. So
Mm.
if you have a successful email family, it basically means you have all your loyal followers in one place. These are the people who took out extra time to be a part of your community, so they genuinely believe in you. Aside from that, an email goes into the inbox of a person, right? So they will wake up in the morning, they will read their emails, they have a higher chance of reading your content. But if it's a social media, there the whole game is about attention, right? How long can a post sustain someone's attention? And people are mostly scrolling on social media, they're not reading. So even if you do
Mm.
a paid ad, chances are people might just scroll through it, especially if they don't know you. But if you are doing email marketing, if you have genuinely earned those emails and not bought them of some person who is selling emails, again, that is meaningless because a person doesn't know you. Why would even they even read your email, right? But if you
Right.
have built your email list from scratch, and if you have nurtured the relationship with your email subscribers, then I think it can be one of the most powerful tools to do the marketing for your course or any product that you launch. In my course, for example, I didn't do any marketing on Twitter or Instagram, like very less, one post maybe. But most of the marketing was done through emails only, and it helped. So I would say that email marketing is very amazing. Aside from like this particular course, whenever I had to do other launches and and make other announcements, I have had the highest click-through rate on my email list compared to social media posts on Quora, Instagram, Medium, any platform. So an email community is a very engaged community, and it is like one of your biggest assets. If you can use it well during the time when you are building your course, then it is definitely a very powerful tool. And I cannot tell you regarding paid ads much because I've never done a paid ad myself, like not just for this course, even for books or to sell anything else. I don't have experience in doing paid ads. I don't know if they're successful, but I know a few friends who have had like very high ROI through ads. So I wouldn't dismiss ads. I would just say I don't know much about ads at this point in my career.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. Email marketing is very, very important. It's like a personal way of talking to people. On social media, it's like broadcasting your message. Even though people are sitting alone in their home and reading it, but it still feels like a broadcasting. But when an email lands in the email box, that becomes so personal. The interaction becomes so personal. Still, there are so many trainers, coaches, they're not understanding the power of email marketing. They would just run an ad, they get the name and email ID, they they send for few days, then they start promoting their course, then they get unsubscribe rates, and that's it. So it's like, how do someone nurture that audience over time so that trust is built, so that people would be able to, if they announce something, if they talk about a product launch or anything like that, their audience responds and does not end up in the unsubscribed list.
I think it's very important to have a niche with your email newsletter. If it is like very random or very generic, then your niche can be like this, that you are writing very personal stories and whatever that's going on in your life. That can also be a niche. But when you are selling a course, say 1 2 months before the course, you can just have a fixed schedule that, from now on I'll only talk about this topic, and then provide value regarding that topic so that people begin to trust you. If this is something you have not done already, like if it's an existing email list and you are just starting now to promote your course. But if you, like if you build the email list with the idea that this is going to be in this genre, in this particular niche, that, I will teach everyone about marketing. So the people who follow you, who subscribe to your email list will only subscribe to it because they know you write about marketing. So they would want to know more marketing tips. So that niche factor comes in a lot here, so that, anyone who reads your emails, they know what to expect from you. So that is, if you keep sending valuable emails regarding to the topic because of which they subscribed, then the unsubscribe rate shouldn't be too high. And aside from that, like, this is what I did with my course. Even when you're promoting, make sure that there is some value for people who don't want to be your paid customers, so that it doesn't feel very spammy. It doesn't feel like that you're only trying to sell your course and not doing anything else. The idea of giving value should never go away from your head. That is what I believe.
Right. Like even in my inbox, so many emails come up, like 3 days left, 2 days left, 1 day left. They don't stop after 1 day as well, and then it becomes so frustrating. But the emails which are packed with value and then little bit of promotion, they kind of pass the filter that okay, no problem. Even if I don't want to join, I am not going to unsubscribe because I'm getting the value. And there's some kind of FOMO that creates that, if I unsubscribe now, I won't get the value later on. So people stay subscribed even though they don't join. But those who don't join now, they will join later when the right time comes for them, right?
Yes,
Till then, you have to
exactly. Yeah.
keep nurturing. Till then, you have to keep providing value to your community.
Very true. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ananta. It was great talking to you. I learned a lot. So thank you so much, and see you soon. All the best for your journey.
Oh, no worries. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.